Hi, welcome to Marketing 120 Principles of Marketing. My name is Theis-Pesko and I'm your instructor. I'm excited to have you here and I would like you to take a few minutes to go over this with me and kind of see how the course is laid out. I'm going to start with the syllabus, which is found here on the top block of Moodle. I'm located in the Brinson building, room 437. You'll see my phone number extension here. I do have office hours, but I'm here beyond those office hours, of course, and if you can only meet in the evenings or talk on the weekend, we can definitely schedule that, so please let me know. Let's see, this class is going to meet up until May 9th, and this is your textbook, Marketing 9. It's a 4-letter press book. The publisher thought he was clever and titled it MKTG, so that's your textbook. It's a good little textbook, though. I enjoy it, and I hope you do too. Let's see, get to some of the nitty-gritty stuff. All right, attendance. Attendance is a biggie. You must attend 80% of this course. Attendance is verified in an online course by the number of assignments that you complete. So if you miss assignments, it counts as though you are absent for that portion of the course. If at any time you are unsure where you are at as far as attendance is concerned, just send me an email or give me a phone call and I'll let you know where you're at, where you stand. You'll hear me talk a little bit later about study sessions on Fridays at the Bayboro Conference Center. Those study sessions do not count toward your attendance or against your attendance. They are officially optional study sessions, although strongly advised, but missing one of those will not count negatively towards your attendance. Let's see, late work. Not a big fan of late work. Don't accept it. So keep that in mind. If you submit something late, it is a 0. I will not grade it. Same with missed exams or missed projects. They count as a 0. That being said, I know things get in the way. I know there are a lot of reasonable excuses out there, and for that reason, I drop your lowest discussion forum and your lowest quiz scores to help compensate. Sometimes there's a problem with internet connections, and that's to help compensate for that. This is our academic dishonesty or cheating or plagiarism policy. I also have another file in Moodle specific to this course. Please take the time to read through it. Basically, our college has a strong honor code, and if you're suspected of cheating, there are a bunch of punishments, so please be careful. I also know that sometimes people aren't sure what cheating is and isn't. They're not sure if group work counts as cheating, and it may or may not, depending on the assignment. So please look at how I describe the different things in this class and how that the academic integrity expected for each of those. And if you're in doubt, please just ask. I won't get mad. I'll kindly explain. But the worst thing you could do is do something not realizing you're cheating and then have to pay the consequences. Grading, chapter quizzes. We have 21 chapters in this book, and so I give you a quiz for each chapter. Remember, you have your lowest quiz score will be dropped. The typical question or quiz is about 10 to 20 questions, about 30 minutes. They're usually multiple choice. There's a few true, false, short answers. The midterm and final, the midterm will cover the first half of the course. The final will cover the second half of the course. And then you have a final project, which we'll get into a little bit later as the semester progresses. The details of the final project are in this syllabus, so if you're anxious to get started or would like to know what to expect, go ahead and read through that. And then discussion boards. Discussion boards are a very important element to this course, and so you'll need to participate in those as well. Final grades, this is how we weight things. Quizzes are worth 50% of your grade, and you can see the final exam and midterm are both worth 10. Your final project is 15, and discussion boards are 15, and we're on a 10-point grading scale. Here's our schedule. Every module, a module is intended to be a week's worth of work, so every module is available on Monday. I would anticipate a strong student, a good student, an average student to complete that module by Friday. That's kind of my idea. A module is 1 week. You get it on Monday, you should complete it by Friday. But sometimes life gets in the way. You may have a heavy work schedule. You may get sick that week. And if that happens, you actually have until the following Wednesday to turn in your work. So again, the modules open on Monday. You have all week to finish them, but they're not actually due until the following Wednesday. Now, if you are not on top of deadlines or a procrastinator, I think you will be able to see how this will not work out well toward the middle of the semester, because if you haven't finished this work, it's not due until Wednesday over here. Well, guess what? Module 2 already opened up on Monday. I would have anticipated you to finish it before Friday. It's not due until Wednesday over here. Now you're trying to work on 2 modules at once. So I'd like you to try very hard to work on a module on Monday, finish everything by Wednesday or by Friday, and just use those extra days as emergency days. To help you with that, you will have, remember I talked about discussion forums, your initial discussion forum post is always going to be due Friday at noon. That will give you a chance to respond to your peers a chance to respond to you, all before that deadline the following Wednesday. So things are always due on Wednesdays, with the exception of your initial post for the discussion forum. Your initial post for the discussion forum is always due Friday at noon, that very first Friday at noon, and then your 2 responses are due with the rest of the module by that following Wednesday. Here's a list of study sessions. Study sessions are going to be instructor-led. We will do activities. We will review concepts that aren't being understood. I may give a little mini lecture, a variety of things that are going to be based on the needs of the students in the class and how you guys are doing in the class. It gives you an idea of the chapters I plan on covering. I've kind of listed the tentative topics that I plan on covering for each study session. They're going to be on Fridays from 11:30 to 12:30. As I mentioned before, these are not required, but they are strongly, strongly, strongly recommended. Most of you who have registered with me or with Miss Michelle have been told that they will be on Fridays, and I would like you to attend. Keep in mind if the weather's bad, if things come up, if I'm sick, they'll be canceled. So you'll need to check your campus cruiser and your announcements in Moodle before attending to make sure that they are indeed on. If you do not hear from me, expect to be there, but I will put all cancellations through Moodle or campus cruiser, probably both. Discussion board etiquette. Here's a grading rubric, and I'm not going to go into this right now because I actually have a whole video about how discussion boards are graded along with some examples, so please be sure to watch that video. Here's your final project. We'll have time to go over this later on in the semester, but like I said, some of you guys like to know what you're in for, so take a look at this. And that about sums up the syllabus. This is a typical module here. You'll go down. Once you take your syllabus quiz, things will open up for you. You'll typically only have 1 or 2 modules available to you at a time. Here's the first module. You would go through, you would participate in both of these discussion forums. You're going to watch the videos. Some of you may benefit from the PowerPoint, some of you may not. You should always be reading the chapters because that's where your quizzes are coming from. So in this week, you would read Chapter 1, you would read Chapter 2. You may like to look over the PowerPoints for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And then you're going to take the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 quiz. Sometimes I'll have lectures. Sometimes these are lectures that I have prepared. Sometimes they're lectures that I found online. Sometimes there'll be other resources. And this was a newspaper article that I found that I thought was relevant to what was going on. So I've added that as well. So make sure that you utilize all the resources in the module unless it says optional. If it says optional, it's something that I thought was pretty interesting, but if you're really kind of cutting it tight for time that week, you can skip it. You will not be tested on optional activities. So as you can see, it's kind of a nice pattern. It's going to be everything opening on Monday, due the following Wednesday. Those initial discussion forum posts are due Friday at noon. And you'll start to get into the routine of things, I think, after the probably the first couple weeks, people start to get the hang of it. I'm here if you have any questions, so please call me, talk to me, meet me on Fridays, Whatever I need to do to help make you successful in this course, I definitely want to do that. I really enjoy the topic, and I hope you do too. Thanks. Bye.